Hey, good morning, family. So we're just standing out the gate. They shut down the campus. So we're just trying to, we saw some signs come out earlier today from some of the protests. Let me see if I'll talk to one. Hello, how are you doing?
Hi, good, how are you?
What's your name?
My name's Lillian.
It's nice to meet you. Why are you here today?
I'm here in support of the students, and I think that it's really important that everyone who stands with Palestine and Gaza right now is also standing with these students who are, leading the way in the U.S.
How do you feel about them taking over the building right now?
I think that their cause is a just cause, and I hope that the administration really hears their demands. I think they're just demands.
Do you feel like it was right to hold 3 of the janitor workers hostage inside of the building?
I think that's a really false narrative.
That's what the janitors are saying, that they weren't allowed to leave.
I think that that's a really false narrative.
Even if the janitors are saying that, you're saying that that's not true.
I think that it's a really false narrative that the students took anyone hostage.
How do you feel about some of the Jewish students saying that they don't feel safe here on campus?
I think that this is also a really false narrative that's being promoted.
Do you think October 7th and the attack that happened is a false narrative? Do you believe that some of the women were raped?
My colleague just came back.
So this is what happened.
Can you get out of my face, please?
So this is what you see at these protests. Once you get into the nitty-gritty of what happened on October the 7th, the rape of women, what's happening there, they deny what happened. As you know, that is actually factual now, that the janitorial workers were blocked inside of the building. And anytime you bring that up, the Jewish cause, the Jewish people, the kids that feel unsafe on campus, they deny the reality of it, guys.
And Lawrence, you have the story exactly right. According to the Spectator, the newspaper there at Columbia, where you are, there were a number of facilities workers. They shouted at the protesters, "Let us go, let us go." They didn't let them go. And then one of them, when he got out, said, "They were holding me hostage." So you had the story right.
And Lawrence, you and I just interviewed, before you went up to Columbia, we interviewed one of the students. She's Jewish. She told us directly this morning she is scared to go on campus. So that is not a false narrative.
It is not, and it goes back to the denial of October the 7th as well. Remember, Hamas has continued to release statements saying that this has not happened, that women were not raped, that there was not a child that was in an oven, that they did not invade the Israeli people. But when you get to the UN investigation, to the film that I viewed at the UN as well, that shows you exactly what happened. I was just on my way back to Israel just a few weeks ago to talk with witnesses that were there for the attack. But when you talk to these young people that are far away from this, they have chosen to believe what Hamas is saying. And I think that's what's the danger in this movement. When you have American citizens not believing what our closest ally, when independent reports have been put out to say that it is true, that it did happen, you can't have a debate. You can't have a conversation.
But it's not a debate, Lawrence. They just said false narrative instead of the truth. October 7th didn't happen. And, of course, we're getting all the numbers about so-called genocide, which is not existing, from Hamas. They were using their communication wing. 30,000, they say, are dead. 18,000, by the way, are militants.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.